What is up, fighters? Today we're doing the second episode looking at Korea's top solo queue picks this week. We did the first one 2 weeks ago. A lot of new picks have popped up now, as well as a lot have moved about, but you also asked for runes and skill orders, so I've included those as well. Let's crack on to the top 10, and we have 2 new entries. Soraka is in gold and Ryze is actually coming into diamond. Soraka is a very easy champion to have a big impact with, and that is exactly what you want, really. That is perfect. In this meta especially, apart from like Janna, maybe she's the best at keeping people alive, and a lot of picks right now revolve around killing people. Assassins can't exactly do their job with a Soraka spamming heal over and over again. The other thing is, especially at lower ranks, people don't have the coordination or even like the knowledge, I guess, to focus her down first, so she'll sit at the back and heal constantly, which is so hard to win against. Ryze is actually really interesting and surprising because by a lot of people's standards, he got boned with the recent nerf. You still have a lot of damage, you also build relatively tanky, which makes you hard to deal with, honestly. Like, imagine a Zed jumping in, you're going to root him and probably just kill him before he does anything to you. He is a situational pick, he doesn't have as many games as most here on this top 10, and that will be because if you pick him into like a Pantheon or a Fiora, you're gonna have a really bad day. For our number 9 spot, Janna is again new to this top 10 in diamond, and in gold, the Wonder Boy Sion has fallen all the way from his top spot down to here. This Sion drop is most likely due to Nautilus. Honestly, I know that sounds really strange, but Naut is kind of just an easier version of Sion. You're both very tanky. Nautilus is just easier. You have a point and click crowd control, crazy damage, but yeah, this pick kind of revolves around just being so tanky you don't die. I doubt anyone is surprised about Janna really, and I don't have a ton to say about this one. Like, she's the strongest support by far at the moment. Amazing in this meta because she can deny assassins, and that is what is very popular right now. She's decent in the lane phase with most meta AD carries. She has a good shield and heal. Like, I don't think you really can ever go wrong with picking Janna. At number 8, Zed has fallen in the gold top 10, and a lot of you were shocked at Sion being number 1 in gold last time, but apparently diamond has caught on and now we're seeing him here. Assassins are very common right anyway. Dustblade is insane when you're ahead, and no one really uses that more than Zed. You're great at roaming, you have an okay lane phase, snowball really hard, and the game as it is right now, like fast paced, early fights, are all what you want. You can outplay Zed, you can buy a QSS, but it's hard, and it makes sense that people struggle to do that more at lower ranks. Sion is actually a very clever pick here. Okay, I watched a few replays for this video to find out why he's being played so much. In a nutshell, he has great engage, sure, like actually some good damage so you can build full tank, but basically he just doesn't die. That is Korea's new answer to assassins. You pick a champ that they can't kill. The roaming capability is definitely good too. You can ult down lanes and really surprise people, which can turn around fights. Number 7, we have a new entry again for diamond with Fizz, and gold, Master Yi has climbed up from the number 9 spot last time. Master Yi is a powerhouse right now. It sounds kind of strange at first that this meta is what he wants, but he is a high damage assassin after all. But actually you only need 2 offensive items, and then most people just go full tank, which means you can deal with other assassins. In the last video, he had the highest games played in the top 10, and this time he actually does again. Plus he's climbing the top 10, which is really impressive. Remember, the more games played, the harder it is to have a higher win rate. Fizz is really interesting. The focus recently has been on AD assassins, and Fizz has kind of flown under the radar a lot. He has a serious amount of damage with only like an abyssal, really good snowball, and catch potential with his ultimate. The really cool thing actually is he has one of the highest win rates if a game ends before 25 minutes. This kind of shows us that the playstyle that's winning at the moment is get a lead in lane and just roam around as much as possible. Kill people over and over with your crazy damage and snowball the game out of control. Number 6 time, and we've got 2 new ones, Vel'koz for diamond and Talon for gold. Talon is almost like an easier version of Zed. You have less weird mechanic stuff to worry about with no shadows, but just crazy damage. You literally point and click to jump on them, Q is applied on an auto attack, W is a cone skill shot, and ultimate you just double tap for burst. As far as assassins go, Talon is one of the easiest but most effective. And also remember that Zed is being banned a lot, so Talon is actually likely just a replacement pick here. I've been saying Vel'koz is good for a while now. He's basically another version of Lux, minus some utility, but with some more added damage instead. The really interesting thing is 60% of his games are played as a support. He still has a very high win rate there, but in the 40% games he's played mid, he actually has the second highest win rate. His base damage is very high, which lets you build like Liandry's and Rylai's, but as a support this is great because you don't need as many items. As a mid laner, it lets you really tweak your build to whatever you need in the game. So now we're going into our top 5 and we're kicking it off with 2 picks that were here last time but have climbed up the rankings. This may be the one pick that doesn't translate to our games as much as others. After watching a few replays, Koreans have a hard on for roaming. Like honestly, after the first 15 minutes in a game, Quinn will just roam around the map with the ultimate constantly. If you're proactive like this, then you kind of get a second jungler for the team and it is really effective. Like people don't expect it, you have a lot of damage and you can win games basically by yourself. Volibear made a big climb this time from number 10 to number 5. Now first thing, okay, he has a lot less games played than the others, so take this with a pinch of salt. And I know you guys can all do that because you have a ton of salt that you let out in solo queue. Volley is really good against assassins or just like high damage picks in general because he's tanky but he also has damage. His ganks are good, he lasts a long time in fights and he packs a punch. And just like last time he was in this top 10, he's being played more as a top laner at the moment, but he has a much higher win rate in the jungle. Number 4, and we have a new pick in gold with Nautilus, and Kog'maw has been kicked off his number 1 spot in diamond. Nautilus is just everything that you want, honestly. He's easy to play, he's point and click, really high damage, and very tanky too. This is a nasty combination because like you can't kill him, but he can kill you. Nautilus right now, in my opinion, is pick or ban. He is way too strong. You throw in the lovely Banner and ZZ Rot Cheese combo, and you have a tank who does damage, who can split push, and that just should not happen at all. He is the perfect pick for lower ranks because he's easy to have a higher impact with, and this is one tank that can definitely kill everyone and carry a game hard. Kog falling down was always going to happen. The nerf wasn't too huge, like it didn't help, but it's mainly just how everyone is now getting used to him and figuring out how to play against him. Again, right, this is the 4th best champion, so he's still amazing, but people do have more of an idea what to do, so he's not like a free win anymore. Interestingly as well, he isn't even in the top 10 for gold anymore. He's completely gone. He is better higher up, I think, because he's a mobile, but kind of just because your teammates will have a better idea of how to play around you and keep you alive. Number 3 is new for Diamond with Kindred, and Kayle is up for gold. Basically this happens all the time, okay? Kayle is relatively hard to get to grips with. When you first play her, you probably won't do much damage at all. Because of that, Kayle is only really played a lot when she gets to that overpowered level. It sounds weird, but it always happens. She goes under the radar until she gets too strong and then everyone plays her. I guess really she must be kind of at that level again. The meta is perfect for her, like her ultimate is amazing against assassins and Ginzu's is so much damage, it is ridiculous. Most of her games are still mid lane, but about 35% are top lane too, and she's doing well in both lanes. Kindred is completely new here and kind of surprised me a bit. She does loads of damage, she has a good clear, good ganks, pretty good itemization too, but most junglers at the moment are like tanky with damage to shut down these assassins. It seems like Korea has a different idea. They go and camp the assassin before they get ahead and play a very gank heavy style of game. The other thing as well is that like, okay, you have so much damage, I can't stop that, so I'm just going to use Kindred ult and you can't kill me. Taking the silver medal this time around will be Pantheon for diamond and Malzahar for gold. Malzahar actually got kicked out of diamond this time round, but climbed even higher in gold. This is like the easy counter to assassins, okay? You push really hard with your space age, which means the assassin can't push as hard, is stuck under his tower, and you don't even need to be close enough for him to kill you. When we get to team fights, assassins are low health, right? All you have to do is ult them, make them stand still, and your team can blow them up. Pantheon is just a monster right now. If you aren't already, you probably should ban this guy every game. He has the highest win rate top and mid out of any champion. He just does so much damage, he can roam like a monster, and he can even stun you while he kills you. To give you an idea of playstyle wise, he has the highest win rate of any champion if a game ends before 30 minutes. Second highest before 35 minutes, but over 35 he drops down to only a 50% win rate. Pantheon is an AD assassin, there's no way of getting around that. You pick him to win lane, do loads of damage, kill things, and then roam with your ultimate and snowball the game out of control. Finally, a number 1 spot. So if you watched last time, you probably could have guessed this, but it's going to be Panth for gold and Nidalee for diamond. I've said a lot about Pantheon as a champion, so let's talk about why he's here in gold. Pantheon is very simple to play. You have 2 point and click abilities and a cone skill shot that you use when they're stunned, so you can't exactly miss it. The crit is also something people don't expect. When they're low health, you automatically crit with everything, and people do not respect that, which leads to more kills and more of a snowball. Your spears can hit for like over 1,000 damage. And how do you deal with that really? Like if he gets ahead, then he'll probably stay ahead and kill everyone. Nidalee is a monster, but she is very hard to play. She does so much damage. She has poke. She is amazing at ganking, and her items give her tons of damage, but they also make her kind of tanky. The thing is, like the playstyle that is really the best is heavy ganking, but also just poking away for objectives. What a lot of Koreans will do is just go to a lane, sit off to the side and throw spears at the laners, hit them a few times, make them base, and then take their towers. She is difficult. It takes practice to clear properly, to gank properly, and to have a teamfight impact, but she can carry a game all by herself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, but for now, let's go to the robots.